Well, it looks like I've got to do a little bit of work to the exhaust because, oh, it's too dark, but yeah, the body kind of gets in the way of it a little bit there, but not the end of the world. I think it fits pretty good. So the fuel pump and vacuum pump clears. The intake and the throttle body and all that stuff kind of sticks out on the top here. So I'm gonna take care of that with a custom one. So I'm gonna probably chop the original and then weld a new elbow onto it so that it goes up over top of the valve cover. Or towards the front, I still haven't decided how I'm gonna run my intercooler piping, but that's how that's gonna go. And yeah, it fits pretty good. Not as bad as I thought. I didn't have to cut anything off of the passenger side. I just had to cut a little around the driver's side wheel well and foot well there. I'll show you here in a second. I don't know what I'd do without a forklift. That thing's super handy. Yeah, so there's the mount. And she's sitting on the frame. Pretty good clearance around this side. And yeah, I had to chop a little piece out, but not too bad. It more or less just has to be reformed. There's still going to be a good amount of foot room here for your legs. It's just yeah, the alternator and the oil cooler and all that kind of stuff sort of sticks over too far. So that's what we're looking at. I'll make a custom panel for that. And yeah, we'll see what we do with the brakes here and the steering. I'd really like to replace this this whole manual column with like a hydraulic power one out of a, I don't know, maybe an F550 or something. We'll see. That Saturn electric box, I was reading, I guess we have the wrong one here. This one's out of a Saturn Ion, and it's got the plastic computer box. And I was reading that the controller doesn't work with those, so we have to find one out of a View, which we do have, kind of, but that's another story. So I'm going to look at some different options with that. Also, I would like to put the Volkswagen gauge cluster in there somehow, because that'll give us a tack and speedo and all that other stuff. I see there's a speedo here. It's electronic. I don't know how that's hooked up. I'll have to look into it, because the computer needs a speed sensor signal. I'm going to talk to the tuner and see if we can delete that out and how it'll run without it, but I'm going to try and make sure that everything is there as far as the inputs and sensors for this thing to be happy and running well. I'd also like to keep the immobilizer. You know, it functions with the cluster and the key and the transponder, and that's a nice feature to have. It makes it a little bit harder to steal. A lot harder to steal, actually. You'd have to come prepared. So this thing is going to be awesome. I can't wait to take it for a test drive down the road. It's got everybody smiling already.